Good afternoon. Okay, just to confirm before we start that this interview will be embargoed until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, that's Wednesday. And at the end, we'll have a small window of opportunity for additional questions, which will embargo until 10:30 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday. So without further ado, we'll start with Carver if the mic's available. Someone stolen the mic? It's here, that's why.
Good start.
Good job it's not live. Yeah.
Kieran, first of all, just looking back on the World Cup, do you have any regrets, or do you think the team could have done even better than it did?
I don't think we want to look at regrets. We went out there with a mindset to try and win every game, and the progress and the journey that we went on was fantastic, but obviously was disappointed to get beat in the semi-final the way we started. But we came over so many obstacles in that tournament, and we've got to be proud of ourselves. The nation and the players are back, and I wouldn't say regrets. I just think the way we managed the game and how we could have done better, but it's all about ifs and buts. But we've got to look back and just be proud of ourselves as a team.
What about yourself personally? What memories stand out for you from Russia?
For me, most important, I think it was the Colombia game. The way as a team, we dealt with everything. They tried playing every trick in the book against us. When Haig's about to take his penalty and they were scuffing the penalty spot, and penalty shootouts as well, extra time, coming back from when they score late on as well. How we managed that as a team, and I thought we'd done that perfectly. And I think that was the game that stands out for me the most.
What about the semi-final? The goal you scored, I think you're only the third ever Englishman to score in a World Cup semi-final. Yeah,
obviously that's nice to hear, but the most important thing is the result, and we didn't get that. But obviously I was delighted to score, but as a team we wanted to win the game. We felt good before the game, and that's a disappointment. And I'm delighted I scored, but most important thing is the team.
Did you get a chance to watch the final? And watching that final, do you think you could have beaten that France side? On our day, I back ourselves to beat anybody, but it just wasn't meant to be. We got beat in the semi-final, but obviously watched the final, hoping that we was in there, and gutted that we wasn't in there. But like I said before, we're happy with the journey that we went on, and it's a good step to the future for us. Just looking ahead to Saturday's game against Spain, obviously it's the Nations League, quite a complicated tournament. Have the players got their heads around how it's going to work?
Yeah, well, obviously we had a discussion about it the first day we was back, and for me, I think it's a good thing. You want to play against the best, and Saturday will be no different, and it'll be a good test for us. You need to beat the best, and Spain is certainly one of the best teams in the world, so we're looking forward to it. It's a new thing that's going on, and we're all just ready for Saturday now.
Your manager last week was talking about the fact that one of the problems he has is there's only about 30% of the players in the Premier League who are eligible to play for England, and a lot of young English players are not getting the chance to play. How tough was it for you to get that chance to play at the very highest level? Yeah,
obviously it was difficult. I had to try and prove myself, but I was in the Championship at the time, and when I got my opportunity to play in the Premier League, I wanted to stay there. I wanted to establish myself as a Premier League player, and it took a long time for me personally, but I was willing to wait. And similar to when I went to Tottenham, I knew it was going to be difficult to get game time, and it took me a year and a half, 2 years to try and make that spot my own. So it's about being patient and waiting for your opportunities to come, and when it does, make sure you take them. And you need to do as well as you can for your club to try and impress the manager here, and hopefully get picks. But if you look down at the youth, 21s, 20s, there's so many good players, and they just got to keep improving, learning, and being patient. And there's a real core of Tottenham players in this England squad, and the styles that you play are very similar. Does that make it easier for you? Yeah, obviously we work on a similar formation back at Spurs, and as fullbacks we like to get high and wide, and obviously Gareth plays a system here, so it is a little bit different, but the style of play that I enjoy playing, I know that my teammates at Tottenham enjoy it as well, so it's a good formation that suits the players that we've got here. And are there any similarities between Gareth Southgate and Mauricio Pochettino, the way they work and coach? Yeah, just the style of play, the demands, what they expect off the players, and just the formation, how they want to play, press, counter-attack football, and it's all similar really, and it's exciting to watch, and it worked for us in the summer as well.
Next one. Good. Carrie first.
Kieran, I was just speaking to Harry and asking how he was, and he said he's not too tired because his baby daughter's sleeping well. There's a lot of concern about whether he can keep going after such an impressive World Cup campaign, and the same for you. But because you work in that hot zone a lot with Mauricio and he demands a lot of you, how closely are you monitored back at your training ground, and how good are you and Harry feeling right now coming into this, and all the Tottenham players?
Yeah, obviously coming off the back of the World Cup, a couple of weeks rest, and it's important that you get that rest. And back at training, the manager works as hard, but in a way which is reasonable, and all the boys feel good coming back off the World Cup. And me personally, I feel good. I feel ready whenever I'm called upon, and I know my teammates back at Tottenham and the lads there are feeling fresh and ready to go, and looking forward to Saturday.
And Harry, are you seeing him tiring? I know his ambition won't tire. I know he wants to play in every single game, but are you concerned for him?
No, I'm not concerned. He's the first in, last out. He recovers well, as everybody knows, as a top professional. I can't see him slowing down. You see in games his work rate for the teammates in the games that we played this season. And I know he will be for the rest of the season. He's fit as anything. Like the team here, I see him training this morning. Everyone's sharp and everyone's just ready.
And for you, the last time you were all in this training ground, you were sat for that now iconic photo before you left up to Rapino, where there were the jokes that the engine might be kept running on the side of the bus. That should be the slogan, and you proved everyone wrong. But you have become a famous name to a nation. How much has your life changed, and how has it changed you in confidence as a player?
Yeah, of course, playing in a World Cup, from watching it for many years, and to actually be involved in the 23-man squad to go to Russia, but to play as well, it's a proud moment for me, and something I'll never forget. And it just gives you a lot of confidence, and I've learned a lot about myself in the World Cup that I can take back to my club level and try and help. And it's just about confidence and believing, and I'm hungry for more of this, playing for England, and hopefully there's many more opportunities for me.
But how is the mentality in this team as you all return back together from when you were last here at St George's Park? Do you all feel like different players now? Yeah,
because we played well as a team in Russia, and we got much more to offer though, and everything's changed. Before, where the confidence, the style of play that we wanted to play, the manager demands a lot from us, and we're just taking it in, day by day from the manager, and we're only learning. So it's a bright future for England as well.
Yes, Joe Corey.
Hi, Kieran. Off the back of the World Cup, how easy has it been mentally to park what happened and then start again on a new international campaign?
What's that, sorry?
How easy has it been to park what happened with the World Cup and start a new international campaign?
Yeah, obviously it was a good World Cup for us, but obviously we wish we would have gone further. But we can always look back at the memories that we made in the tournament and build on this, because we've got some tough games coming up, and we learned a lot about ourselves as individuals and as a team, and we can take that moving forward, and hopefully that starts on Saturday.
Jordan Henderson's just told me he felt that the nation fell back in love with the England team during the World Cup. Yeah,
it was in our camp in Russia, and especially when we beat Tunisia 2-1, and we all got back early hours in the morning. We were just seeing all the videos on social media and how much it meant to the fans back home, and we wanted to do more of that. We wanted to we wanted to bring the nation back with the team. We wanted to play well, so that they're all supporting us. I know they were doing in numbers, and especially the one at Hyde Park. It was crazy, the videos that we see there. So, I was happy to put a smile on the nation's face again. But we've got another tough task ahead of us, and hopefully we can make many more memories for them.
Does it feel like you've changed the perception of the England team?
Yeah, I think so, especially after the World Cup, because I think all the fans realised, the players here, how much it means to us to actually represent England, and we love coming here every opportunity that we get. And we want to put performances on the field to show them, how much it means to us to play every opportunity we get.
With that in mind, what kind of a reception are you expecting over the weekend at Wembley?
I think somebody mentions it's nearly sold out, and that's a good feel. And I hope we'll get a good reception, because I think that we've done well in Russia, so hopefully we can keep performing well and putting a smile on the fans' faces.
Yes.
Okay.
After the game at Wembley, you go on the road. Is that something that you are looking forward to, playing at summer grounds away from Wembley?
Yeah, I think it'll be good. We played Costa Rica at Leeds, and the atmosphere was crazy. I think it'll be good for the fans as well. Travelling around. Obviously, for some families, etc., it might be difficult for them to get to Wembley to watch. So I think it's a good idea to travel. Play at different stadiums to give fans the opportunity to watch us play.
And just quickly, on Saturday against Spain, what sort of a side do you expect to face?
Yeah, it'll be a tough game. Everybody knows the players that they've got, but we worry about ourselves. We've got so much quality in our side, and it'll be a good game, an entertaining game to watch. And it'll be tactical, but two good teams going at it.
Okay, we'll finish this particular section with James Ollie at the front here before we move on.
Kieran, do you feel like the next step for this team is to claim a big scalp like Spain? It was something that was said during the World Cup that you didn't face a truly top side, if you like, maybe apart from Croatia. Would beating Spain kind of be the next step in this team's evolution? Yeah,
obviously in the World Cup you can only play who you're drawn against, and obviously Spain will be another big test, and we want to play. The likes of Spain, to show that we're here, we're ready, and it'll be a tough test, but we know the quality that we've got in our dressing room, and on our day we can beat anyone.
Okay, finish. We'll move on to the 10:30